Over the years, we have seen how generative AI has been developed and also used in many ways by many companies and groups. But have you ever wondered how generative AI is changing the way how people work in the area of animated movies or videos that the artificial intelligence is making now? This new tool is changing the whole way how people are animated in animated productions, like cleanup artists. This question has been in the minds of several new entry level artists, looking how companies now are using the generative artificial intelligence for their projects instead of them. In this video, I'll be exploring the question of to what extent does the integration of generative AI in between tools affect the power and job security of entry-level cleanup artists within the 2D animation industry. But first, we gotta know how this generative AI works. As all things that have a brain, this works with a neuronal network, which it will be used to analyze patterns and all kind of things found in the different media that will be shown to the intelligence. We have a huge amount of variety in media. We have things as videos, drawings, or even texts. This whole process is called machine learning, and it's very important for the artificial intelligence. This will give the AI a reference so it can work perfectly. You might think that this sounds all perfect for the AI. I mean, they learn and they give proper work. But the truth is that many companies use external media from other small artists to train their AIs, which is an unethical action. This is unethical because many of these artists are being robbed without even knowing. Many artists are being victims of this, and this affects to their job security. Basically because these new AIs are taking over their jobs. A good example of this can be seen in the anime called The Dog and the Boy, who was a production made by Netflix. In this animated film, all the backgrounds that can be seen in the short film are made with artificial intelligence. As a result of this, after Netflix published this small video of 3 minutes, many accounts of artists start to give their opinions. A lot of them start criticizing Netflix for his decision, and some of them even say that they just wanted to be a little greedy and save some cost by not hiring real artists. The impact of generative artificial intelligence has reached to the Animation Guild, which is the union that represents professional artists and animators in the USA. In September of 2024, they published a document explaining how generative AI is impacting new entry animators. They explained how these new entry level artists could be reduced because of the generative artificial intelligence. An interesting point that I already said is the use of the unethical machine learning. But besides the machine learning, I think that the most important part of this document, or at least one of those, it's the Copyright Office. This document provides us of the information required for the copyright for, well, basically generative artificial intelligence. The document explains how nothing made besides humans will be protected by the copyright laws. These are basically good news for all artists around here. But I personally think that there's still some problems with this. Imagine for an instant that you are going to create a own cartoon or a own creation. But suddenly somebody uses your own design and makes another version of your own character with the AI. And people just prefer the AI version instead of the original, just because it's more popular or more funnier. And that leads you with a character that, yes, is protected by the copyright laws, but that's not useful if your reputation is just ruined because of that. And that basically affects your job security because it affects the way how people look to you. However, we also need to see the other points of view and the other perspectives that many people have. We gotta understand how generative AI is actually, in some way, also good for artists. This website called Educational Voice is the official site of commercial animation and educational consultancy agency based in Northern Ireland, led by Mitchell Connolly. In April 80 of 2025, this article was published by the already mentioned Mitchell Connolly. But this article had a different perspective if we compare this with the Animator Guild. Mitchell explains how generative AI and artists can make a relationship together. This refers to the fact that the artist can take over the job of creating creative ideas or designing different things, and the generative AI can be used as a tool, as a support, something that can be used for multiple tasks, but more specific, really repetitive tasks. So basically, we gotta stop thinking that AI is something that will replace us in our jobs. And we should start seeing it as a tool, as a complement for us to make better works. So let's imagine for an instant that you wanna build a house. So yeah, you have all the tools, you have all the things, you just need to put all in order. And for a reason that we don't know, you just leave your tools there, like waiting for being used, and you just expect that these tools will build a house without you. I mean, obviously it will not, and it's actually a stupid idea, but it will be a case. Oh, come on, little hammer, I know you can do this without me. I believe in you. Well, sort of. The same is with AI. AI can give high quality projects without an artist. Of course, artists gotta adapt to how to use AI perfectly. This happens often with several changes, like the change with analog and digital cameras, music, and even with animation, like what I'm doing right now. To give an example of this, we can see the animated movie called Elemental by Disney and Pixar. In the movie, they use generative AI for all the textures of flame seen in the flame characters. Pixar didn't ask the AI for a full animated movie. They just asked for the flame textures, a small detail in the film. But the rest of the film, they had to do it by themselves. So now that we have cleared these two different perspectives, we can now answer the question that I established in the beginning of this video. The integration of generative AI affects in the job security and power of artists both in negative and positive ways. But this actually depends on the way how we use AI, because in many productions many companies have used AI in an incorrect way by letting the AI doing all the work and leaving the artist without a job, which, as I said, affects their job security because of the machine learning. But the use of AI can be also useful for artists because it's a support for really hard work. and that will increase their job security because of the increase of production and quality in their jobs. I think that was the proper answer for that question. With that said, feel free to share this video if you found it useful, and please like it and if you want to subscribe. Thank you for your attention.